Everything's reversed. Allow. I don't know what I'm allowing, but I'm doing it. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. Can you hear me? Do you see me coming live? Nothing yet? It says I'm live. It says there's 15 here. Let's see if anybody's answering. Can I get a couple waved hands out there or hellos or something?
Yeah, you're on now.
Okay, good deal. All right, I think we got it now. All right. Hello there, everyone. Oh, it's so good to see you. Okay. Oh, bring that back over. Hold on one second. We have a technical difficulty. What did you do?
I don't know.
All right, come back here. All right. Here we go. All right, here you go. Should come up for you. Nope, that's strange. Okay, there you go. Don't touch the top. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Oh, thank you, Frank and Jackie. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. Well, let's see who's on here. I know we have Australia. We got Paul from Australia, and Mark is here from Australia. I mean, that's really awesome considering I think I was told that it's 11 a.m. there. That's not too bad unless you're supposed to be at work and or whatever. I don't know if you're at your desk at work and nobody knows it. We won't tell anybody if that's the case. Let's see, we've got Maine here. I love Maine. That is such a great place. And we got, let's see, Cynthia. Hey there. Hello. And that's my name too, Cynthia. But nobody calls me that, only my mother. Everybody else calls me Cindy. And let's see, Mindy Brown. And we've got Frank and Jackie. And hello from Texas. Some of these names are hard to say. CPH, I'll call you that. And we got Wobbs, which his name is actually, he says Mark. And then we have Edward and Curtis. Hello from Missouri. Oh my goodness, Curtis. We love Missouri. Springfield. They have some great guitars there. And let's see, Paul and Tammy from Kansas City. We got San Francisco on here and Colorado. My goodness, there is all kinds of people here. And thank you so much for giving you a chance to people to link on here. Phoenix, heading out to Griffin House tonight. Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Wonderful singer. Yeah, that's awesome. Chris and Carolina and Maryland and Jackie. My goodness, this is awesome. Thank you, everyone, for
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right. Well, I thought today we'd start out. If you've got questions, you can go right ahead and write them. And I've got somebody watching, and we'll try to organize it such that I can answer questions. But I thought I'd start out. There's a few things that people have said on the chat that I thought would kind of be interesting to share and to talk about. One of them actually happened today, and it was this morning. And it was from Glide 965. And actually what he was talking about was the type of polish he uses. And he said he uses on his guitars, he has one acoustic, he has mostly electric, but he uses Mother's California Gold and New Finish. Well, those are car finishes. And he said he's never had a problem. But I saw that, and I just want to make this comment just in case somebody saw it and thought, oh my, I'm going to run out and get Mother's California Gold. I would use that very cautiously because it has silicone in it. And that is known to react to the finishes on guitars. Maybe not all of them. So he's been fortunate. It's worked well for him. He loves it. But there's some guitars that actually can't handle that, and it would mess your finish up royally because it has silicone in it.
Someone's asking, Mike is asking, talk about overcoming stage fright.
Oh my goodness, that's a I don't think you ever overcome it, be honest with you. I mean, certainly, I, play a lot at church and everything. I think when I was younger, it was more difficult for me because I would, have it in my mind what I was going to do and build up, build up, build up. And the next thing you know, you have so many nerves, your hands are shaking and you can't do anything. I've been there. That's a tough one. I think probably though the best thing that I've done, the things that I would do when it did bother me, I don't think it bothers me as much now. But when it really, really was, I think terribly bad because it got in the way with exactly how you could play, um, is that I would before just stop and uh, just take deep breaths, try to change, walk around a little bit, get my mind on something else before I would actually sit and play, if I could do that. But once I got into anything that I was playing, usually I would calm down. But it's that those few minutes before, it's quite nerve wracking. Now, I'm never going to say never that it'll never happen to me again because you can't control it. You never know. This old brain sometimes can do things to you, and that's a challenge. That really is. And maybe there's some people out there have little things that they do to help them out. Maybe you eat something or drink something, or you know maybe you just have a conversation with somebody to get your mind off of it so that you can focus. Prayer works too, and in fact that works really well. And so but everybody does something different. So okay, but that's a great question. I wish I had an excellent answer. I don't think I do. Okay, so unless we have another question, we do. Okay.
Have you ever Rexomatic? Rexomatic?
Rexomatic. What
Have
is?
you have you ever used Voice Live 3 Extreme?
No, no. What is that? Write down there what that is because I'm not sure. Is that a program that you can use so that while you're, doing live, that it would actually, uh, actually stage it for you? Is that what
He
you're saying?
said Aaron Short uses it quite a bit and has done some good videos on it. Now I am just starting to work with it for acoustic guitar effects, vocals, harmonies, and looping, etc.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up. I've not heard of that before, but thank you for putting that on there. And I'll be sure to, after this live is over, I'll take a look into it. Yeah, I'd like to know. There's another thing I'm interested in as well is while I'm doing this live, obviously I have a microphone here. I'm not sure how well I'm coming across to you. I'm using a laptop. I have the microphone hooked up to my Bose, but I'm looking for another system, something that that actually links right into the computer, so that it can be mixed well. And I'm not there yet. I'm not really sure where to go with it. I bought an Audigo. It's a microphone that goes to an iPhone, but I have not yet had a chance to try that out.
Tommy says, I hear you great. And J Hood 33 says, audio is good on my end.
Oh, that's
and
good.
Others are saying sound and pick are very good.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. We just got some confirmations that the sound is good. Okay.
We have a question. Any hints on coming up with a melody for songs?
Hints on coming up with a melody for songs. Why there's so many.
He said, I have a song cooking with the words and a chord progression, but don't know about melody.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see happen? It happened this week, where one of the subscribers had watched my video on double drop D, and he actually took what I had created and he played it his way. And then what I did was I played on top of it. I heard it, I took it and I brought it up on my laptop, put a microphone to it, and I did my video that way. I put another video out of him playing and me playing with him. And I'm wondering sometimes as if something like that could be done with a situation like this, where you have an idea, but maybe if we put it out there and then we can play on top of each other and see if we can pull something out of it, that would be a lot of fun. It really would be. I think it would add to the creativity of it. Okay.
Someone's asking where you live.
I live in Northern California, and it's a beautiful place here. It's at the Bay Area, and is where I'm at. Um, okay, so let me just keep going with some of these comments until a question comes up. This one came from Bob Vermees, and he was making a point that when people ask him, what guitar should he buy, he said there's so many choices, and he just tells them that they need to get out and play them. And I just thought that was a really good comment, because I get questioned a lot in terms of what should I buy, what would be the best one, and there are so many good ones. Hold on one second, Bernice, don't bark now. That's the dog. Okay, there's so many good guitars out there, and they're at every price point. So depending on where you are with what you can afford, you really have to get out there and play them. And the other interesting thing about that is that some guitars, you might play one and it sounds great, and then order it online and you get it and it doesn't sound the same, because they're different woods. They're, maybe someone did something a little different with the bracing or whatever. I mean, you really have to play it if you can.
Brian says, here's one. I chatted with you on your Washburn videos comment section. Do you still own that sweet guitar?
Actually, I gave that guitar, I gave it away. I gave it to someone as a gift, that's learning to play. So, but I don't have it now. It's a great little guitar though. The Washburn was really, really neat, and it was perfect for this person to learn on, because it was actually put out quality sound. Okay, so we got France here. Hello, France. That's awesome.
And also Dan says hello from Paducah, home of great thumb pickers.
Paducah. Where's Paducah? You have to tell us where Paducah is, Dan. Okay, so let me move on to the next comment until something comes up. Okay, let's talk about Napa. I went to Napa last week, and I visited a guitar store there that just opened 6 weeks ago, and it's called Tonewood and Courage. So if you're ever in Napa, California, you really have to go to the store. I was so surprised. He's only been there for 6 weeks. He's has a live music happening once a week, and the guitars he has are absolutely fabulous. He had Loudons there. In fact, there was one, it was an F32 that I fell in love with and had a hard time leaving that one behind. It was so fantastic. He had Gallagher's there. He had some Breedlove. So he had some really beautiful high ends, but he also had some affordable guitars there from Breedlove that, were $400-500, and certainly they played absolutely wonderful. So great store, Napa, California. If you ever get that way, you got to go to it. Was there a question?
No, Badger Farm Girl says, what was your first guitar?
My first guitar, I you know what? It's funny because I kind of draw a blank. I didn't pay attention to exactly the name of it, but I think it was a K. And I was, and actually it was odd that my parents just all of a sudden bought it and gave it to me. There wasn't my birthday. There was no reason for it. They just got it and brought it home and said, here, this is for you. And I was playing violin at the time, and I really wasn't sold on the violin, even though I was playing in the orchestra and I learned to read music and everything. It just didn't grab me. As soon as I got that guitar, though, that violin went up into the closet, and I never looked back. That was 13 years old, I think, at the time. But I think it was a K.
B. Rose is saying hello from Forest City, Iowa.
Iowa. Hello, Iowa.
And Nancy saying hi from Michigan.
Oh, so we have Michigan here, too, as well. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. What what's up in Michigan that I should go visit? Let me know.
Everything
I
is
think
awesome in Michigan.
is it Michigan's
yeah,
supposed to
it's
be great?
beautiful.
Oh yeah, we got to get there. I've got to go up there and visit some guitar stores.
Dan wants to know, do you ever have days when your hands are made of stone and you can't work your fingers?
Yes. When you consider my age, it's gotten worse sometimes. Is like today, it's great. I don't feel it, but there's some days I wake up and it's like, and it really depends on how much I've been practicing too. Because if I practice a lot, sometimes my fingers actually feel stiff, and I know it was from the practice sessions. So
the Netherlands are present.
Oh, Netherlands! Wow, we have France, Netherlands, Australia. This is awesome.
And Kathy Gilbert, she said she wants to know how many guitars you have, and she's from East Tennessee.
I've kind of lost count. As a matter of fact, Friday I'm going to have another guitar opening. I'm going to open up a package. It's supposed to come to the door, and I think that will probably make. Of course, I gave some away. I'm probably at about 20. I know it sounds terrible, but you know what? They're all different. They're like kids. They're different. You can't, there's not one that's the same. Like this one here, this guitar was made by James White, and I've had it on there before, but it is a 16-inch bout, 4.5 inch. It's a jumbo, and it's Brazilian rosewood. See, that's all handmade, and Brazilian rosewood, European spruce top. It's a gorgeous instrument.
Oh, listen to this. The Badger Farm Girl said Thursday I get my Mackenzie and Mara riverboat.
Oh,
can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what's her name again? Where's it at?
Badger Farm.
Badger Farm.
Girl.
Okay, here
Farm
it is.
Girl.
Farm Girl. Farm
Yeah.
Girl. I'm just going to call you the Farm Girl. She actually bought the Mackenzie Amar riverboat. That is going to be so awesome. I just wish there was a way you guys could do videos and put them on your YouTube so I can go and watch it. And then also, if you put something out that's fun to play, I'll play along with you and put it out. That would just be it would be a blast. Please do that and let me know if you put a video out. I'll subscribe to you. I'll go on there, listen to your video. If it's something that I feel inspired by, I'll play with you, and then I'll take a video of it and I'll post it, and it'll be fun.
Okay. J33 says looking to get a boutique guitar, and I'm torn between spending a little less and getting Iris, or spending a bit more and getting a Bedell. Any thoughts on build quality or reasoning for one over the other?
Oh my goodness, that's like saying, do you like steak or chicken? I like them both. And the steak, of course, is awesome, especially if it's cooked right. But when you look at that, I guess I would have to think of the Bedell as being like the steak. But I'll tell you what, I loved the Iris. I especially like the small body that I played. So it really depends on It's too bad. Are you playing them? Did you go play them? You really have to do that. Go play them and make your decision that way. And if your pocketbook is allowing you to, Bedells make absolutely fantastic guitars. I don't think I've ever played one that I didn't like. They're just amazing.
And Thomas wants to know, what is your name?
Cindy. That's it. Cindy's my name. Well, my mother calls me Cynthia, but that never stuck. Everybody called me Cindy.
B Rose wants to know if you've ever owned a Gibson LG2.
No, I just have a Gibson L1, and I love that little guitar. I've had it for quite a while, and I play it a lot. It's just one of those guitars that you can sit down with, and it's beautiful small body, and it just is very comfortable.
But she says she has an Atkin.
Oh, you have an Atkin? Oh,
wait, just a second. Maybe I misread that. I'm really wanting one of those.
First of all, let's see. Who is it that's wrote? Did you hit the thing?
I don't know.
Hold on 1 second. We have technical difficulty again. This is what happens when, what'd you do? Skip ad. Okay, there you go. You just had an ad come up.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so who was that was writing about
B Rose.
B
And she
Rose?
says, I'm really wanting one of those. And Atkin has a similar one, but they are both so expensive. I'm keeping a lookout for a great deal.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have
Well, I played the Atkin, and I always call it Atkins. Everybody corrects me; it's no S. But the Atkin, when I was in Springfield, Missouri, and it was one of the ones that, besides the Ferk, I loved the Ferk baritone guitar. I still think about that guitar; it's just awesome. But I also played an Atkin, and I loved it. Absolutely love that guitar. Um, if I was going to make a choice, of course, I would definitely get an Atkin. I just think they're it's just fantastic. And what was her other choice? Thank you so much, JJ. That's very sweet. Thank you. What was her?
Tommy or
I,
Thomas.
I'm missing some of this. I'm so sorry. Okay, what's that?
Tommy said, have you ever had any hit songs?
Fifth songs?
Hit.
No. No, you're just looking at somebody that played hitchhiking across country, played on the street corner in Ghirardelli Square for spare change, as a matter of fact. That's how, when I was 20 years old, and I hitchhiked into California with a friend and didn't have any money, and I was starving. But I did have my guitar. So I went down to Ghirardelli Square in San Francisco. And if you go down there, there's these areas that are like arches. And I sat in there and I played, and I made quite a bit of money. I was able to eat really pretty well. And so, um, yeah, that was probably my hit song because I got fed.
Someone is answering. Dan is answering. Okay, Paducah is in Western Kentucky, home of the world famous Quilt Museum and near Kai Lake.
Oh, okay. So Paducah is in Western Kentucky. All right. So we got that answered. Thank you so much, Dan.
Mike said, when in Michigan, check out Brian Gallup in Big Rapids.
Brian Gallup, doesn't he have a school, a Gallup school? He actually teaches you how to build guitars, or maybe I'm wrong on that.
But George W. said elderly music and Huber and Breeze are in Michigan also.
Elderly music is in Michigan as well. Okay, great.
And Hoover and Breeze.
Hoover and Breeze?
Breeze.
Okay, I wish I could Breeze. Okay. All right, let me just see if I can bring this up so I can see.
Have you ever visited Martin Company?
Yes, I have. And that was so much fun. I went to the day that I went to Martin, went through, after we were through, we went to the Hershey's chocolate factory. And then after that, we went to what was it? I think it was called Noah's Ark. It was a play. It was
that was
Sight and Sound. Went to Sight and Sound after that. That was such a great area. It's such a great day. We had so much fun. It was absolutely awesome. And I love the Martin Guitar Factory. And I love their museum. I could have spent a whole lot more time in there looking at all those beautiful old instruments.
And Kathy wants to know what guitar do you play at church?
For the most part, thank you, Mr. TW. For the most part at church, I play the emerald guitar. It is a carbon fiber, and it's made in Ireland. It's handmade in Ireland. I had it shipped to me. And why I like that guitar playing live is because, first of all, there's no feedback. Second, it has two beautiful pickups in it that work absolutely flawlessly. One is called the Ghost pickup. It's crystals underneath the saddle, under each string, and it also has adjustments, so you can actually make string adjustments. And then it has a humbucker, a Crevo humbucker in it, and it just blends beautiful. So I love that guitar, and I play it almost every Sunday. Okay, okay. So okay.
Okay, let's see. Thomas is asking, where are you from?
I'm from, well, right there. So you can see that Palatine Bridge, New York. That's where I was raised, and that's just a little town in the Mohawk Valley in New York. It's not near New York City. It was a village actually. I think we had about 1,000 people living there. We had country behind our house. We'd just go and climb trees and run for days, for hours behind the house, into the fields, into the woods, no fears. It was a wonderful time.
Nancy wants to know, or is saying that Elderly Music is in Lansing, Michigan. Just had setups done on 3 guitars.
Oh, great. That's good. Well, I imagine they do a good setup too. Elderly Music, that's a place I would love to visit. I think that'd be awesome. There's some other stores I'd like to visit that are just in California that I haven't visited yet. Norman's Guitars is one of them. I think Eddie's is in Nevada. I haven't been there yet either. Do you ever use left-handed picks?
That's
Oh, yeah. I can think of some. I won't answer that. No, I use my right hand, Mr. TW. Okay. Um, any slotted headstock? Wow. You know what? I have a guitar that I had worked on that I took it apart, took the back off, it was 1934 Addison guitar. It's an antique. It's made by a man named John Addison. He has it signed inside, dated, everything. Everything's handmade inside. But when I got it, the braces were falling off. The neck was a mess. So what I did was I just took the whole guitar apart, put it back together, and it has a slotted headstock, and it's all hand carved, beautifully done.
What his question is heads, are they just for aesthetics? Are they as fragile as they look?
Oh, I thought if I had one. He's asking if they're fragile. I don't know that I suppose you could break them easier if you drop that. But I find the slotted headstock to be a pain to put strings on. I know there's some people who say, "Oh no, it's a piece of cake," and but I don't know. It's just not as convenient to me. But once they're on there, it's no big deal. I've never seen one snap and break, but I suppose if you drop it, you're going to break it. Okay, so any other questions? All right. Okay, so let's see. We talked about Napa.
Someone said, or Thomas was saying that
I talked about that.
He referred a lady to Norm's rare, and she got a Martin D35 and loved it.
Oh, Martin D35. That's awesome.
Oh, listen to this. CPH 630 said if you go back through Las Vegas, you should check out
Heartbreaker. Yes. CPH is telling me to go to Heartbreaker Guitar. That's another one that's on my list I have not been to, and I think it'd be a great place to go.
Go.
I have to go there. And they carry Ferks too.
Yes,
I just love the Ferk guitar line. It's great. I think they're limited as how many guitars. I was watching a video of their factory, and they said something about only being able to make like 9,000 guitars a year. Of course, you got to wonder where all these guitars are going. But I don't know if that's a large volume for a factory or small. It seems to sound small to me. Anyways, I really like their baritone too. But Heartbreakers, that's great. Oh, they have Larrabee's, Loudon's, Bourgeois, and other brands. That's awesome. That's great. I'll have to go there. That sounds like fun. All right, let's see here what else we got. Any other questions? Okay, so here's a comment that came from Comanche's Attic. Oh, it's about the Ferk. She said, or he, whoever it is, says, I'm a Ferk convert and dedicated fan. Hope you find one soon. Love to hear you playing on a Ferk. I'd love to do it too. I just love that baritone. I played a Taylor baritone when I was up in Montana. And that was really an awesome guitar as well. But I have to say, I liked the Firk better. I really did. I just thought it was awesome.
Rose is asking if you know of
And the price was right too. What's that?
If you know of any other companies that make the large two-body shaped guitar.
Large two-body shaped guitar. Large two-body. What? Wow. I guess.
Or maybe that's IG.
Large LG two body shaped guitar. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, Rose, what you're talking about there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure it out.
Again, LG.
LG guitar. See, only thing I know about LGs is it makes refrigerators, and I know that sounds ridiculous. I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Two body shaped guitar. Now, if you were to say two neck guitar, now that's an interesting subject right there. A guitar with two necks. I mean, that would be awesome to play one of those.
Okay. Said, like the Gibson.
Oh, you mean the Gibson L1? And maybe you're talking about the Gibson L1. I don't know if they have the LG.
She's got Gibson
LG2. LG2. I guess I'll have to look it up. Huh. LG2. Then maybe it's probably another one of their series that I'm not familiar with. Okay.
And Thomas wants to know what you do for a living.
Okay, so what do I do for a living? Well, right now I'm retired, and what I did was after I left home when I was 17 and traveled all over. Once I settled down, I went to college and I got a master's degree. And I worked in hospitals. I started out working in respiratory care. And then I went on to work in administration and risk management. And what we did was we analyzed error, basically, medical errors. It was a very interesting career. I retired early, but it was an interesting career.
Chris is saying hi from Edinburgh, Virginia.
Edinburgh, Virginia. Hello, Virginia. That is such a gorgeous place as well. Mm-hmm. Virginia is beautiful. Okay. So, okay, I start on these subjects and then here's one. This one was a fun comment. This was about Virginia City. When we were on the last road trip, we did a tour into Virginia City. And I don't think we stayed there very long, and it must have been quite evident because this person writes that our trip to Virginia City reminded him of his own family outing where he went to Los Angeles to an art museum. They started looking around, and his dad said, "Let's go. This is just a bunch of old busted up stuff." That sounds like something we would do, is go all the way to Virginia City and then not spend a lot of time there. But that can happen. But that was really a sweet comment from SG Blues. Yes, did a question?
Let's see. Ellenrick, I don't know. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I have a Firk F style mandolin that I bought in 2000 and just love it. Haven't seen another since. Has anyone seen one? This was one of the two that made for a European guitar show.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not familiar with mandolins, but man, that sounds like a prize. That sounds awesome. And somebody was giving information here about the LG. I'll read that later. Yes, and I'm sure it'll all come to me and I'll say, oh, that's what they're talking about. I love the Gibson guitars, though. They're a lot of fun. And they're awesome instruments. Any other questions?
Mr. T. Dubia.
Mr. TW?
Oh, is that TW? Mr. TW?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He had something. Where is it?
He said,
do you think there is a difference in sound between a standard dreadnought and sloped shoulder dread, or just preference?
Is there a difference in sound between slope, shoulder, and standard dreadnought? Well, I think that's going to be hard to answer because there's too many variables. So you can have two different guitars different shapes. And because of the woods and because of the way the bracing is, and if they're hand carved braces, and you go to compare, you've got all these variables. You don't know if it's the shape of the guitar or if it's the way it was manufactured or the woods that you use. So that would be a hard one to answer. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody has experience with it and says, "Oh no, one has a more sweeter tone, more high end, versus a deeper end for a full dreadnought." But I wouldn't be sure on that one. And certainly, all the other variables would get in the way of me answering that question.
Lone Pigsy and Cubs, do you have a favorite DI box for playing live?
Yes. I use, there's two different technologies that I use. One's called Grace Technology. And I really love that. It's not just a straight DI, it also is a preamp. So I can actually make adjustments to highs and lows. And then the other one that I have is from LR Bags. And it's their pedal. It also has a preamp in it. And it works. Both of those work excellent. In fact, you can hand me that one. Just see that brown box right there. And then for at home, I have, I actually have a video out on this, but I have this one, and it's an LR Bags, and it works really really well, as well as it works by battery. That battery will give you hours of playtime. So yeah, so I think between LR Bags, but I've used Fishman pedals and they're awesome too. They have I think it's called I don't know if it's called the Paramount line, and they work really well.
Well, Lone Pigsy and Cubs says, I was hoping you'd say something cheap. Ha ha.
I know this one's $200, so I don't know.
That's still
That's the
expensive.
cheapest I think I've played. I don't. There's some things I don't like to go cheap on, and when it comes to sending sound to a soundboard, and then I really want to make sure I give every possibility of a good signal to the sound man so that he can work with it. So I don't know. It's just my preference. There's some things I don't like to cheap on, but if you can't afford anything else, there's another pedal out there. I want to say the company is called Zoom, that I've used, and they have full size with preamp in it, and then they have a half size. I think that's like $150, and that works really well. As it does work well. Okay, so any other questions? All right. Well, we've been talking now for almost 40 minutes, and boy, I feel sometimes I get on these lives and we're just moving from one thing to the next so quickly. I'm not really sure I answered any questions, but I think we're going to end it right here. And I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. It's been great. We have close to 70 people here. That's absolutely awesome. Oh, somebody made a comment about tone bar. I tried putting tone bar on my vintage Washington acoustic after seeing it on your channel.
Washburn.
Washburn acoustic. However, the bracing underneath the bridge blocked higher E from fitting. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Did you ever find? I haven't used the tone bar that often. I think I've put it in 2 guitars now, and I've not had that problem. I mean, I suppose, is there a way you could bend the wires so that it would fit? Bend it into shape so that it would not get in the way, because that wire would bend. I mean, I'd have to see why that was happening. That seems unusual, but yeah. But yeah, because it'd be nice to know if it works. I like to hear from people about tone bar as to the experience that they've had with it.
Lone Pixie and Cubs says, play a few more licks.
Play a few more licks. The problem is, is that there's a delay in the signal. think we're going to call it right there. And I'm going to thank all of you for joining us today. And thank you for all your gifts. And I really appreciate it. And I really love talking to you. And listen, if you have something that you're playing, open up a YouTube channel, put it on there, and let me know. I would love to find some other videos that I can play along with and post them. I just found that to be so much fun and so inspiring as well. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to say it. I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.